Now, for all y'all who are unfamiliar with an alpine coasters are any roller coaster that typically hugs a hillside and contains two riders sitting back to back in most cases, and the riders can individually control the speed, making them go slower or faster. Now, alpine coasters can be really fun rides and are definitely great rides for the whole family, as they typically offer low height requirements so they can be enjoyed by people of all ages. Now, even though alpine coasters are a ton of fun, they definitely have their fair share of downsides, which will be discussed later in this video, so stay tuned as we explore why or why not mountain coasters are worth riding. So let's get started. Now, from my personal experience, I've ridden 5 different alpine coasters. This includes the Smoky Mountain Alpine Coaster in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, along with the 2 alpine coasters at Rowdy Bear Ridge, also located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the Runaway Alpine Coaster located in Branson, Missouri, and also the rarest roller coaster I've ever ridden, known as Cowboy Coaster, which is located at Snow King Mountain, all the way up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And so the Cowboy Coaster, the Runaway Alpine Coaster, and the Smoky Mountain Alpine Coaster are your standard alpine coasters where you sit back to back and riders can pull a lever on the side to control whether they go faster or slower. And these rides are very fun, and if you're going at max speed, they can typically offer some pretty solid laterals and even a pop of airtime here or there. That's really depending on the ride setting though, so be aware of that before you go and spend the money to ride an alpine coaster. And as for the other 2 alpine coasters I've ridden located at Rowdy Bear Ridge in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, you have the Ski Lift Shootout Coaster, which is a very unique alpine coaster because it's a suspended alpine coaster where you hang underneath the track and your vehicle can move side to side around turns. But another thing that makes it unique is that considering the shootout in its name, you are given guns and can shoot at different targets along the course. While this is definitely a cool feature indeed, in person I feel like it's not done the best in practice, just because I just feel like you go a little bit too fast to be able to hit the targets precisely and accurately. But maybe that's just because I have terrible hand-eye coordination and I suck at shooters. But other than that, Rowdy Bear Ridge is also home to the Avalanche Alpine Coaster, which is definitely more of your traditional alpine coaster in the sense that it doesn't really have any special gimmick to it, but it offers a fairly similar ride experience to the more traditional alpine coasters. And from personal experience, it's actually a lot weaker than the more traditional alpine coasters I've ridden. But maybe that's just because of the ride's location, but it could also be because the Avalanche Alpine Coaster doesn't go nearly as fast as the other alpine coasters. I'm not fully sure, and if you do know the answer to that question, post it down in the comments below. But other than that, all of the alpine coasters I've ridden have offered some pretty fun rides, and I would recommend for the most part. Now note that I said the most part, because we're about to get to the major flaws when it comes to alpine coasters. And the biggest flaw comes down to the price. The price really depends on the location and time of year and if there's any discounts going on. But from my research and personal experience, I've typically noticed that alpine coasters typically cost between $15 and $20 per person per ride. And that's insanely high price for a ride that only lasts about a solid 3 minutes, not including the lift hills. Which, another thing to note if you've never ridden an alpine coaster, is the lift hills probably take longer than the actual ride on certain alpine coasters. Which, to pay $15 to $20 alone for just one ride on one of these alpine coasters, it's really a tough call. That's why personally, if I was ever visiting Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg again, and also Branson again, I personally would just choose one alpine coaster to do every time. Now, one saving grace with the price on a lot of these alpine coasters is the parks that have them often will have some sort of package deal that can get you all-day access to the alpine coaster and occasionally some of the other attractions at the park. Now, that option might be worth it to you if the park where the Alpine coaster is located has any other options, like for example axe throwing, or like an alpine slide, or zip lining, or just any other attraction that interests you, then the all-day wristband is a pretty good option. But from my experience, they also sometimes, some parks will offer an all-day limited wristband, but that is rare from my experience. Now, the one good thing is that if you are planning on visiting the Rowdy Bear Ridge parks located in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, those do offer an all-day wristband for like, I believe, last time I checked, it was like $35 to $40. I believe it's still around that price. But comment down below if it's changed, and that will get you Avalanche Snow Coaster and the Ski Lift Shootout Coaster. But if you're interested in visiting Pigeon Forge in the near future, check the website just to make sure. I can't fully remember, but just check the website just to make sure before you go. But other than that, it's really a hard decision to say if Alpine coasters are worth it. Now, personally, I think they are worth it. But if you live close to, let's just say, like a Pigeon Forge or Branson, that is like 4, 5, 6 plus different Alpine coasters. Personally, what I would recommend is just try a new one on each subsequent trip. That's the way you're going to get your best value out of this, just because these places such as Pigeon Forge and Branson offer so many different Alpine coasters that you're probably going to want to do all of them. And if you visit them frequently enough, that's definitely a good option to do one every trip. But I want to hear your thoughts on Alpine coasters down below in the comments. If you have any more questions, concerns, or any of your opinions on Alpine coasters, leave them in the comment sections down below. And if you're more interested in learning about more attractions at Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or Branson, Missouri, check out my videos on those two cities above, and peace.